Hello. Today I'm going to talk about how to best manage cables when using your FR-1x or FR-3x v-accordion while connected to AC power or to external MIDI or audio equipment. Using these features requires at the very least the use of cables. Electronic pianos and keyboards are more stationary instruments. People typically run cables around the back of the instrument, thus allowing them to play without worrying about cables. But a v-accordion is an instrument that you wear. This means that as you play, you yourself become physically attached to various pieces of MIDI and audio equipment via whatever cables you have connected at the time. There are two problems associated with attaching interconnecting cables to a v-accordion. The first is you must be careful that they don't get accidentally pulled and thus yanked out of a receptacle on your instrument. This can damage the receptacle. Once a receptacle gets damaged inside, there's nothing you can do except send the instrument back to the manufacturer for repair. Cables are usually protected from this happening by securing them to some solid spot on the instrument. Incidentally, protecting a cable from being accidentally yanked out of its socket is often called stress relief. On a v-accordion, stress-relieving cables is particularly important due to the possibility of you yourself tripping on your own cables when playing while standing and moving around. A second problem is if you have several cables attached, they can easily get tangled in knots and difficult to manage. You don't want to get tangled in your own cables. In this video, I will demonstrate how to attach cables to your FR-1x or FR-3x such that you don't have either of these problems. But first, let's take a look at how it's done on the FR-7x. Of course, the 7x can be played using battery power without any interconnecting cables. However, when using AC power, external audio, or MIDI, Roland provides this rather robust cable, which connects to the bottom of the instrument. The other end of the cable connects to a pedal unit, which provides AC power, MIDI, and receptacles for left and right stereo audio out to feed to either a mixer board or audio amplifier speaker system. Thus, cables to external equipment are connected not to the instrument itself, but to this pedal unit. It even allows me to control my v-accordion in certain ways, on the fly, without taking my fingers off the keys as I play by tapping a pedal with my foot. The pedal unit also has a battery charger that can recharge the internal battery unit of the instrument independent of whether the instrument is on or off. I can recharge the battery while I play using AC power. This single cable is a very clean solution for bringing all those features to the instrument without risking damage to the receptacles or me getting tangled up in a rat's nest of cables. But the FR-1x and FR-3x do not come with such a pedal unit or robust cable to deliver multiple features to the instrument. Hence, external equipment must be connected individually directly to the instrument itself using cables. You're now faced with the challenge of playing while at the same time being connected to other equipment via multiple cables. The owner's manual for the FR-1x and FR-3x suggests that when operating off AC power, you should secure the power adapter cable to one of the shoulder straps with a piece of Velcro that Roland supplies. This works, and it can be easily removed when you want to play portable using battery power. However, if you use more than just the AC power cable, like perhaps external audio and MIDI as well, then we at Roxy's feel that it is more practical and reliable to build your own cable harness that stress relieves all cables by securing them to the more solid bottom shoulder strap bracket, like this. Using this solution, my FR-1X is currently connected to AC power, external audio, and MIDI. I'm properly connected to my mixer board, which further connects me to an audio amplifier speaker system, as well as to audio recording equipment. I'm also connected via MIDI to my BK7M. Notice how the cables are joined or laced together as a single unit. This is similar in concept to the FR-7x's robust cable solution. It's a lot easier to deal with a single cable than with a bunch of separate loose cables that tend to tangle in knots. Also, notice that I can pull on the cable and no stress is experienced by the plugs that are inserted into the receptacles of the instrument. The cable is solidly connected to the bottom bracket of the instrument, and each plug is stress relieved by an extra loop of cable. This is the way cables are stress relieved on complex equipment and machinery, including aircraft. It's the professional way to attach cables to your instrument. But check this out. If I want, I can conveniently remove the cable assembly. Now I can operate using battery power and the internal speaker system. I will now demonstrate how you can build your own similar cable harness. The general plan is to route the cables like such. A good way to allow for the cable harness to be easily attached and taken off is to use a clip like you see here, which you can buy at any camping goods store. That's used to clip gear to your packsack, and a tie wrap, a medium-sized tie wrap, or zip tie, as some people call them. All I need to do is slip the zip tie into the bottom bracket of the accordion and leave a nice little loop that I can attach to, clip off the excess, and I can put the camping clip right into the loop. And there you have it, easily attached. I will now start to assemble the cable harness by inserting each of the individual cables through the camping clip and then plugging them into their respective receptacles. I've just finished with the AC power adapter cable. Here comes the MIDI cable. Plug that in. Next comes the two audio cables, the left and right stereo audio output. And with that done, I now need to shape the combined cables so that they are secured to the camping clip like this, like so. That's how it's going to be attached. Now, before securing it, I need to make sure that each of the individual cables has a sufficient length of loop so that I get proper stress relief. That's what I'm doing now, making sure that each one is long enough so that there's enough stress relief. With that done, now I can bend the cable around the camping clip, and then I can secure it in that position with a tie wrap. And now you can understand how this is going to work. The tie wrap will squeeze the cable in a bend around the camping clip. Tighten it up, and there you have it. That's pretty well how it's going to work. At this point, I like to add a second tie wrap at that same location to give it a little extra strength. And I tighten both tie wraps to reasonable tightness, not too tight, not too loose. Just use common sense, you'll be fine. Clip off the ends. And at this point, I'm going to deal with the fact that all of the cables are separate. Left like that, they would certainly get all tangled up. So now I'm going to lace them together using smaller size tie wraps. These small size is available at any Home Depot store. And you simply group the cables together and put the tie wraps around it and tighten them up. This is an acceptable way. It's actually quite a professional way of making cables for a wide variety of equipment, heavy machinery, aircraft, spacecraft, you name it. This is the way the professionals do it. You space the tie wraps about an inch apart, about what you see me doing here. If you put them too far apart, then the cable will begin to bulge with use. So the amount you see me doing here is fine. I'm putting one extra small tie wrap on the loop side of the cable. And then I clip off the ends. And this is pretty well it. You continue in this manner until you get to the end of the AC adapter cable. At this point, you can see that I have finished lacing the cable. It's all laced up all the way to the adapter box, which is part of the AC adapter. At this point, I like to secure the adapter box to the cable in such a way that I provide stress relief for that short cable, the power cable that you see me pointing to right there. I leave a little bit of a loop at that point to prevent breakage of that cable. I use larger tie wraps to accomplish this. And there you go. These larger tie wraps require a pair of pliers to pull them tight. There you go. Properly secured. I can now plug in the AC power cord that goes into the wall, right into the adapter box. And beyond that point, I do like to put a few more of the small tie wraps just to bind those two audio cables and one MIDI cable together a little bit further. Not too far. I add 3 or 4 or 5 tie wraps. You can add as many as you like. And there you go. That's how you make a high quality cable assembly for a Roland FR-1x, FR-3x v-accordion.